It is time for more. I mean, we're all used to this at this point, I'd hope. So I did do a little bit of grinding, mostly just for items. Got a Lothric sword, used the fire gem that I got from the demon to infuse into that. And then got the iron round shields. Because that one's a little bit hard to get. You'd have to grind for it a little bit, and that's one that I really want to use for this build. But barring that, I didn't really do much else. All I did was look for some items, pretty much. So now, we get to continue on with the adventure and get lost. Ooh, wait, I feel that yawn. Ooh, they always sneak up on me. It's not until the last second that I feel the yawn just, like, right there. So I also think... Ooh, okay, sounds still a little high on my end. I also think that I fixed the sound clipping issue that we had during the last stream, so hopefully that doesn't become a problem. If it does, then I don't know. We'll figure it out as we get there, I guess. But in the meantime, we get to enjoy some more Dank Souls. Nice. This is why I like having a spell catalyst of some sort. Having a wave ranged combat is really nice. Mostly just because you can kind of pick on someone like that. Ooh. I feel like that's a rare drop. I haven't seen them drop that very often, but I'm not entirely too sure. Nothing over here. Even though I did make the Lothric Knight Longsword a fire weapon, I'm not going to be using it all that much, just because it doesn't scale, but it'll be there for enemies that are resistant to magic at the very least. Alright, I forgot about you. Heh. Okay, you can't. Your move is faster. That's the biggest thing that I had a gripe about with axes, is the moveset's really obvious. And it makes me really sad, because I do like axes. I guess the same could be said about great swords. Jiminy Christmas. Ugh, I am yawning like crazy, and I don't know why. I don't feel all that tired. Bonk. I don't know why it counted as him falling. I probably shouldn't have upgraded my shield. I should have saved my Titanite shards just to get the small sword up. Drop down here for a fun little side passage. The dogs don't like fire, so it's a really good way to deal with them if you don't one-shot them. Man, I don't like these things. They are just a little gross. At least it's an easy two-piece. Stop screaming. Oh. That guy fucked up. nothing around here. So I guess we are good. Hi, Henri.
Oh, hello. How do you do?
I always forget
I'm Anri of
the opposite
Astora,
gender of
unkindled
whoever
like
I
you.
make.
This
I
is
always
Horace,
play male
a
characters
friend
when I
and
play
travelling
through this, so
companion.
I'm so used to female Henri.
Are you too in search of the Lords of Cinder? We're well along the road of sacrifices. Below us is the Crucifixion Woods. Beyond the flooded woods lies Farron Keep, home of the Undead Legion. Further yet is the Cathedral of the Deep. We seek the cathedral, home of the grim Aldrich. We may go our separate ways now, but we are both seekers of lords. The next time we cross paths, one may find the other in a time of need. May the flames guide your way.
Such a nice character. Thank you.
Oh, yes, Horace. He's not very talkative, but don't think ill of him. He is an upstanding, kind-hearted knight, a fine partner for this grueling journey. Without his help, I would have cursed this onerous duty long ago.
Alright. Oh, you fucking log-wielding assholes. Not a big fan of those guys, to be honest. The big... let's see how fire does against you. 574 for full damage. Or full combo. Yeah, Moonlight just does do better. I guess fire's a good alternative in the meantime. Oh, he's angry. Alright. Oh, I forgot about the fucking Black Knight over here. Which is surprising. I've been bonked by him many times in my in my playthroughs. Just mind your own business. Alrighty. Let's see if I can take him out. Probably need a sip. At the very least, I don't have to worry about getting invaded by, what are they called? The Watchdogs of Farron? It's alright, bud. Haha! I think that's like the very end of the parry frame. Not a part that I would have wanted, but handy nonetheless. Alright, I know there's a crab over here. Yep. Didn't think that was going to go through after I saw him getting close. Come on. Hey. Still feel like the sound is a little up there. So take everything down. That sounds much better. Forgot about the deep water. Yeah, some green blossoms, which would be nice. Crab number 2! Sayonara, Crabbo. Oh, I didn't even drop anything. What a nerd. Okay, real quick, I'm gonna do the funnest part about this area. Don't mind me, gents. It's so dumb. I love it so much. It's so dumb that you can just bait them off at the ladder. I remember having a little bit of trouble with them at first, mostly just because I didn't think on baiting them one at a time, so I always dealt with both of them at once. Is there anything down here? I always forget. Nope. Jack diddly squat. Let's see, what's the defenses on this? It's better elemental. Surprising? Oh, well, it's only by a little bit for magic. Sure, why not? It's a little bit lighter. That's just overall better. And yeah, that's pretty much better. Alright, I guess we're just rocking the tryhard set for now. It's always a problem because it seems like the sets that I like think is like, oh, that's pretty neat, I like that. Everyone else does the same thing and then just like proceeds to be some of the worst people, and it just makes me really sad because, like, I think the Dark Sword's a really neat looking weapon, and it has a terrible reputation in the community. Riposte. There we go. We are crabbing. Can. At least the small crabs are one shots. I know they can be small pains in the butt if you don't deal with them. To the right. That's a whole stamina bar, but I can kill them. Feels nice. Ooh, I hear the jingle of a crystal lizard at the very least. I see you, boy. You ain't getting away from me. Ow. Getting bodied in the corner and I don't like it. Ooh, a ring of sacrifice. I forgot that was there. Let's see. Ooh, tasty. Since we're an intellect build, I do need to grab what's his nuts up here. Orbeck, I think is his name.
Well, this is unexpected. I don't often have visitors. What do you want? This is my study that you've happened upon. If you haven't any business, I've reading to get back to.
Teach
How
me.
intriguing. Very well. Indeed, I am a sorcerer, with plenty to share. However, what champion demands service without recompense? Clearly, you are not that sort of woman, so you will make me a promise that in exchange for my teaching, you will bring me knowledge in the form of scrolls detailing sorcery's secrets. Well, can you assure me of this?
Yeah.
Very well. You're no fool. I take it you understand the weight of a promise. I am Orbeck of Vinheim,
Well, at least I had the name right.
unkindled one. I shall teach you sorceries. We will learn together. It shall be like our very own school.
And then I get to wreck his shit. Hell yeah. No items over here except this one. Doesn't do the uppercut, and that does make me a little sad, because I'm very used to that. Ow, I whiffed. To deal with you first. Alright, problem solved. Yep, there's the other bonfire. It's the constant cycle of trying to remember what's where. Now I can deal with you pretty easily. Just gotta spam that R1 button. That's how you win. Bonk. I'll take an ember. Sir? Don't appreciate all of you fellas being here. Thank you for leaving. Well, there's one more. All right, and another Estus shard. Making progress. So with that, I think it would be good to try to take on the sage. I don't remember if the sage has really good fire resistance or not, because if they do, that's going to make me sad, just because I made my weapon a fire weapon. At least my arming sword a fire weapon. Side dudes before taking on this guy. There's two of you. Are you the soul spearing one? I think you are. You're just sitting here being a dweeb. Alright. Guess that solves that. Crystal Sage has always been a really weird one for me. It's either I do really good and don't have any problems, or he just, like, weirdly bodies my ass. For a full combo, that's not too bad. I don't think the fire resistance is all that negligible. Ow. That wasn't a great combo. I do want to see if I can parry him. or at least score a parry, because I know you can parry Crystal Sage. You just have to bait out one of his melee hits. Hey. Wow, that's a lot of damage. Maybe you should have done that first. Guess that comes with the Lothric Knight sword. I think it does, it has a critical stat of 110, so it's just like 10% stronger for riposts and backstabs. Well, at least we found the right one. I'm just gonna run over here in case those come by and bop my ass. Alright! That was pretty easy. I'm actually pretty glad that wasn't one of the cases of me just getting weirdly bopped. So we can return to Firelink. I'll do a few level ups, and I think that means Greirat comes back because I did a boss now. I'm gonna need to head into the Poison Swamp area because there's a few items I want to grab in there. Hello.
You're an unkindled, aren't you? I am Cirrus, of the Sunless Realms, former servant of the divinity. Duties we each bear, but one's duty is a solitary affair. I doubt we've much to gain from fraternization. Blessing of the moon upon your journey.
She's an interesting character, with a very interesting quest line.
Ah, how may I be of service?
So we'll sell those two. That. I don't remember what your soul gives, barring the rapier. I'm not going to use any of those. Can't sell that. Okay, I think we're good on that front. See what our good lad Greirat brought us.
Oh, hello. You've come at a good time. It took some prowling, but I finally made a score. Go on, have a gander.
So now he sells some extra stuff here, which is pretty nice. Let's see. The only thing of interest would be buying one of these, because you can trade that with Snuggly.
Goodbye. And stay safe. Oh, this place is a bore. What good is thievery if you've nowhere to go?
Ooh, I should probably check and see what Orbeck has for sale. Hopefully a better Soul Arrow spell.
You're back then. Again. I'm Orbeck of Vinheim, here to teach you sorceries. Let us begin with the basics. The ideal sorcerer bears the twin faces of the dragon. You could at least act as if you're paying attention.
Oh, you do. As well as Fair and Flash Sword, which is an interesting spell. It's kind of like having a magic weapon, but just takes FP per swing.
Come again.
Don't think there's really anything else under deer here, so let's level up.
Welcome home, Ashen One. Speak thine heart's desire. Very well, then touch the darkness within me. Take nourishment from these sovereignless souls.
20 is good for now, just because it is a decent amount. Okay, our single level up into endurance.
Farewell, Ashen One.
That. Don't have another one of those. Let's back to the crucifixion. Oh wait, I actually have the one that's where I need to go next. So I guess I can just make a quick run over there. Hi. Oh no! Abort mission. Oh, that was kind of dumb. Oh, that's right, I remembered. Hi, soul, you stink bitch. Although, time for crab. I forgot about the second crab. I don't need to target that one. Hold on, can I bait Hazel down here? If I can, that's gonna be really dumb. Heh. Well, that was easy. Gotta love the weapon arts. The weapon art system was honestly the best thing that they brought to Dark Souls, because having a little bit of unique variety to weapons was really nice. Okay, rest there to set that as my checkpoint, and then we fucking boogie. Grab that. I think that increases your poison resistance by quite a bit. Yeah, poison and curse. That's kind of nice. Oh, but that puts me over. Thick. I also don't really have any other rings to worry about, so that's nice. I need to check something real quick. Alright. Just wanted to check up on something on my end. I think this is an Estus shard, so I need you to go. And I'm gonna be poisoned. Yay! I don't have any moss. It's alright. At least they went back to the original formula for poison, where it's just slow, long-lasting, and a pain in the ass for long-term. Ow! Okay, I'm a dumbass for trying to parry. Ow. I keep going for the parry, but I am fumbling these by the handful. There we go. Dang it! I was hoping for a helmet. I kind of want to see how the helmet from the Dark Wraith set would fit for what I want to use at the end of the set, but I don't know if it'd be like a permanent helmet. We'll just see how it looks, I guess. Some more Titanite. And I always forget what these guys are called. Drew, I think? That were just like spelled really weirdly. So now we have our main goal for this area shown. Just put out these fires to light a fire at the top of the tower, or whatever they're called. Or putting out the fire, I guess. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've seen these cutscenes. So we just have to do that for the other two, and then we get to go inside, and that'll take us to the first Lord of Cinder. Back. You bonked. Let's see. I'm kind of curious as to the damage difference between Great Heavy Soul Arrow and just Heavy Soul Arrow. Ooh, 246. That's not too bad. Alright, well, I'm glad those guys are a little easier to kill, because, Jesus, they are a pain in the butt. Sir, I would appreciate a little less of that. And since we've already seen the first one, I'm just going to skip this one. Gotta love having a ranged option. Shield sucks. Something died. Okay, I need to remember, there's 2 sorcery scrolls you can give Orbeck, and I forget where they... I know where one is, but I always forget where the other one is. Now. Sup, nerds? Boy, oh boy, I sure love ladders. I wonder if anyone in FromSoft Studio does too. It'd be cool if there's just a little less. Don't mind me, I'm just being a shitlord, I guess. Attack you. Also gotta enjoy some of these bonfire placements. I guess the nice thing about needing a lot of souls to level up is between level ups you can just kind of spend those souls on whatever you want. Because I know I need to beat this fucker to grab a Havel's Ring, because that'll be really nice to have considering I like using heavy armor. Always tucking between his legs on that move. Ow. Didn't have my stamina. Woo. There we go. So I think there's like a bunch of Titanite bugs or lizards, because that's what they actually are. Yeah, he can be really rough. There's a very interesting fact that I learned quite a bit of the way into my Dark Souls career on this game. If he hits you with the grab attack, because I don't know if you saw, he did like a single arm swipe that will grab you. He'll like squish you a little bit and then toss you. More often than not, toss you right off the bridge and kill you. While he's grabbing you, I usually mash B, but I think you can just mash buttons and it'll actually end the grab animation earlier. And you can do that for quite a few enemies, actually. I know it also works on the mimics if you actually end up getting grabbed by one of them. make sure I can trick this last one into going to a weird spot. There we go. Let's drop fire bombs. Okay. At least these guys are still pretty soft. Bonk. Man, even with the like base requirements, this thing still hits pretty hard. It's really nice. Oh, I thought you were dead. Ow. Okay, so we are done here. Mostly. I guess while I'm out and about, I should try to look for the sorcery scrolls. There we go. I know words. Get our shit repaired and all that good stuff. Then we'll just keep dinking around before returning to the shrine. Here we go. Swordgrass and some Estus soup up here, though the real prize is actually the Sunlight Talisman. I think, if I remember correctly, so Talisman's weapon art is a poise cast of whatever miracle you're casting. The Sunlight Talisman, while not the strongest damage-wise, I think it has like the highest amount of poise that it will give you for the poise cast. So it's really nice to have for a miracle build at least, even though everyone shits on miracle builds. I remember quite a while back, I actually had a pretty decent one running, but I got super walled by the Dragon Slayer armor, because he resists lightning, and I didn't really have anything else. So I got bodied pretty hard. Oh right, that procs Hazel. Oh, how did I miss? The Elder Gruul. You can totally bait him into the fire, and it's kind of funny. Get bonked. Ooh, it dropped something. Oh. I want to say that's a rare drop? I'm not entirely sure. I haven't seen him drop that one often. Careful, there's another one right over there. Go the fuck up here. Ooh. I mean, like, if it's your first time fighting the Abyss Watchers, 24 times isn't too bad. I mean, it sounds weird to say, but I know some people have had a lot of trouble with Abyss Watchers just due to the sheer aggression. Magic sword. It's pretty fucking good. Okay, here's hoping Hazel doesn't bully me out of bowling this lad. Oh, I hear her. Hazel, back off. Oh, I forget that thing really hurts when you get the weapon art going. Ah, get buried. none of the covenants really offer benefits, which is really sad. But the Watchdogs of Farron is a PvP covenant. Oh, I thought my string would come out faster. Heck. It's a PvP covenant that's focused on a territorial invasion. There's 2 of them like that. So if you have the Watchdogs covenant equipped, then you just kind of gotta wait around, and if someone close to your level is in Farron Keep, you'll invade their world to try to kill them. Man, I probably have to go the weird way back. Like, go the long way to get my souls now. Don't mind me, Mr. Elder Guru. I don't want to fight you right now. Basilisks! Oh, you're a 2-hit. Okay, I gotta be careful then. Don't curse me, I don't want to die. Honestly, like, anytime I talk about it, it really makes me sad that there's not more bonuses to having covenants equipped. Because that was something that was prevalent in Dark Souls 1, is like, some covenants would let you use certain spells, and then other ones just like had small bonuses to them. At this point, the only unique thing that you get is just like, is it a territorial invasion? And if so, then that's about it. Ooh, don't you fucking curse me. Oh, you are right behind my fucking shit. Okay. Got the souls, we got the goods. Well, we got one of the goods. I need to find the other one. This place is always just really gross. All the sound effects just make me like, It's just so squishy. Hello there, Bobo. Oh, I can one-shot you. Well, that's nice to know. Mr. Krabs, I need you to come here. Let's see if I can angle this shot. Oh, I hit the tree. Oh, that would have been good. Okay, let's fight you somewhere where I can actually dodge. Ow. Fucking deal with you. Let's see, Lingering Dragon Quest. Okay, that's spell effect. Another ember. Oh, there's an item over there. I'm gonna grab these real quick. Branches, branches, and the Crown of Dusk. Alright. Don't think I'll use it because I've never been interested in any of that. Like, you get more damage for less defenses sort of thing. Or the trade-offs like that, or like you're really strong at low health. Those have never been any of any interest to me. So that's why I don't really use the Oh, this is where I need to go. Okay. There's the other scroll. Ooh, I'm glad I stopped that in his tracks. Okay, let's return now that I have both of those scrolls. And a few upgrades for the Estus. So first things first. Let's go over here.
Aha, so
You can transpose me the Soul of the Stray Demon. What do we got? Crystal Hail? It's only really good for big enemies, so I'll just take the Crystal Sage Rapier since that gives bonus item discovery. I can put that on for some extra defense options. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. The Fashion Souls is a little bit more on point.
Ah,
Give the Dream Chaser's ashes.
Where didst thou happen upon?
Always tell her where you
Yes,
found
I
it,
clinging
because
is
that
which
will
thou-
progress Cirrus's quest line. That also makes her sell Titanite shards, which is really nice. Let's see. I'll buy the Exiled Gauntlets. Don't know if those will be like the end game
Ashen
set
one.
piece.
Just wasn't
Give you the Farron Coal.
my
Gotta
physical
just in my chair.
undead legion used to forge the weapons of Farron's Abyss Watchers. A fine prize. I'm honored to be endued with it. Now I'll be equipped to infuse special gems. Praise the gods, eh? Time to put this brawn to use.
Then we can give him the Sage's Coal.
Well, what's the undead legion doing with a coal such as
Oh yeah,
this?
Catacombs of Karthus is really fun.
One of the
Um,
sages had cited
two things that may help.
Abyss Watchers.
Uh,
I suppose it must be
blessed
true.
weapons will kill the skeletons. Like,
This coal
they won't
is
get back up.
imbued with magic.
so if you have like a faith build or anything that can like apply a blessing, which that's really hard to do. So, secondly, any sort of weapon that does blunt damage. So a mace, the executioner greatsword, those are fantastic for that place because you can just knock them down. Okay, ooh, we can put that to +4. That's nice. So infuse the shield. Can I? Yeah, let's do blessed for now, and then come back to that when I get simple. The Farron Greatsword. That's a really fun weapon.
Oh,
Since that's big enough, I think that knocks him down. Now be super careful with using the weapon art if you go into PvP. The weapon art does 3 moves in total. The very last move, the third one, it's super easy to see and people can parry you out of that and it hurts like a motherfucker to get parried.
Goodbye. Oh, this place is a...
Let's see, can I put on the Exile Gauntlets? No, not yet.
Back again, I see.
Yeah,
Suppose this
I've
means
witnessed
Marcus
firsthand
Aurelius.
some people getting parried by people that knew a little bit better about that moveset, so you gotta be careful with it.
And the undead legion of Farron possesses sorceries quite unknown. Thank you for upholding your end of the bargain. I doubt I ever would have made this discovery alone. Now, let us unravel the thing, so you may put these new sorceries to use.
Yeah, that's the thing is people can, like, you can make a build that is, like, set to go in PvP at any point, depending on, like, what kind you're putting together. So, like, if you're uncomfortable with PvP, then you just gotta be really careful about it. The go-to meta level that, like, people will tend to stop building into for PvP is, like, 125, I think. So at that point, you'd be like, probably a little bit better off with your damage, and things are in a lot more fair
Oh, my.
place.
Well, this is very unusual. It's from Ulasil, an ancient land of golden sorceries. Not even the Dragon School possesses such a long-lost scroll. What would the Xanthus scholars say with their ridiculous headwear?
Okay, let's see what you got now. Pestilent Mist. That's a really dumb spell. That's really good for Midir. I might use that to tease him, just to showcase how dumb it is. Barring that, really, Fahrenhail's not great. Yeah, really, Pestilent Mist is the only cool one that we got out of that.
Ah,
Sell those, and let's clear out the items a little bit.
Ashen One.
Right, Firekeeper, where are you at?
Welcome home, I speak that. Very well, then take
Let's put it into Vitality, because I know I'll need a lot more when it comes to what I hopefully want to use as my endgame set. Ooh, and those 2 points was just enough for me to use those big old meaty gauntlets. Jiminy Christmas, they're just really large compared to everything else. So, yep, that's +2. Oh, yeah, Keeper Runes would be closest for now. Alright, let's go see if the Abyss Watchers get to bully my ass. Well, first I gotta go and kill a Crystal Lizard and a few Dark Wraiths. Gotta go up here, be very careful. Don't... Even I get upset when I use fucking New Woo language. God, that move is fantastic. Okay. Don't have to worry about those guys. Just gotta worry about the Dark Wraiths. They're just a combined conjunction of buttholes. Very aggressive. They'll just fight other dudes for you too, which is kind of nice. But first, get to go over here. And I need to fight the Crystal Lizard that's out here. It is Gru, okay. Oh, I feel like you're like kind of resistant to fire. Wait, come here, come here. Oh, I flipped through the wall. Man, the Exile gauntlets just look big and meaty on this thing. Remember, and then I do want to see if I can maybe get the Black Knight gauntlets. Get parried. Scrub. Remember way back in Dark Souls 1 when they were also just really stupid easy to parry. They made them a little bit harder now, but some moves are pretty easy to read. So long as you're used to parrying at the very least. Well, something else is dying, but we're going to reset that. It's just so weird seeing like my character's spindly arm going into this big ass freaking gauntlet. Hello. Another Titanite shard. At the very least I can use those to upgrade my shield now that my sword's at +4. Oh, I got... Okay, maybe I got one. I know. Dark Wraiths can be awful. I have another Dark Sword. Neat. The fun thing is you can grind on them for, Oh, I just realized the PTSD is not for the, the Dark Wraiths, it's for the upcoming Abyss Watchers. Or maybe I'm reading into that wrong. Ow. Yep. Okay. Take care of you. Dang. You can grind the Dark Wraiths here for some of those red-eye orbs if you really just don't want to use the normal one you get. But, the real reason why I'd probably want to farm them is the helmet. Because the set's actually not too bad. It's not the best, but it's not too bad. Okay. Just gonna sit here and let me murder your friend. All right. All right. See how I do. It's interesting how these guys got driven to madness. And now they fight each other and anyone else who shows up. Alright, let's see what move you want. Okay, that's not one you can parry. Oh, that's a lot of damage. Ooh, that was close. Okay, you were really easy to deal with. Backstab. Oh, he avoided the big part of the hit. Oh, red eye. Listen, I want you to bop this dude. There we go. Now he's fighting them. Yeah, oh, that hurts. Pain. Or maybe you can deal with him for me. Alright, that's phase 1. A little rough, but we'll get there. The blood of the wolf congeals with the power of the Lord of Cinder and makes their true form. Or at least their true power. Big ol' hot boy. That's a little dumb. Alright, let's see what you got. Oh, I got it. Didn't think you could parry that move, to be honest. And then that move also hurt. Oh, ow, he was ready for me. Right. Got a, I think a side swing. Oh, my damage. Oh, I'm doing you dirty, boy. Oh, I feel that. Like, when you get stuck in an area, it's just like, you have to take a second to prepare yourself for going into it. Me with most of the areas in Dark Souls 2, to be honest. Sorry. I forget. Great swords are just like really good in this one. Like, they're not the most OP weapon, but they just have such a good and versatile set.
Hello
And
again.
usually really good
I've
damage.
since heard a great deal about you. For one, that you are most gentle of heart. I too am bound by duty, but can offer you my sign. I hear that cordial intrusion lays the path to embers. If I can be of help, by all means, do call upon me. Blessing of the moon upon your journey.
So yeah, I won't use it, but the boss soul gives you the Farron Greatsword, which is an ultra greatsword with a knife, which I'm sure you know. And then the other one is the Greatsword of Artorias, which is a really fun weapon, one that I really like. So we'll just pop this bad boy.
Welcome home, Ashen One. Speak thine heart's desire. Very well. Then touch the darkness within me. Take nourishment from these sovereignless souls.
Yeah, let's just do more vitality for now. I think
Farewell, Ashen
I think
One.
according to the thing I put together, I need like
May the
25,
flames guide thee.
which is still quite a bit, but pretty much all of the armor that I would plan on using is super heavy, so I can't really complain much. So back to the Crystal Sage. Before I go into the catacombs, I'm gonna go through the cathedral, because you actually need to go through them before the area behind, or before you can access the area behind catacombs. And there's a lot of things that's resistant to magic up here, so we're gonna be sticking with the fire sword for now. Bonk. It's a shame that I don't know if I want to use a weapon that uses Twinkling Titanite, because I know you get a fair amount in this game. Come on, big lad. Gotcha. I'm getting back into the swing of things. Two for two. I couldn't hit him, or couldn't riposte because he was too high above. Oh, he almost bled the crap out of me. Oh, I think that was the last frame with the parry. Oh, you live. I thought that was gonna kill you. Herald armor, no drop. Just memes in a dream. Pop this, and then I gotta deal with the dude before I can climb those stairs. Because there's a little fucker that's hiding right down here. If you go up the stairs, he actually aggroes to you. Oh, I was expecting a swing. Got it with that one at the very least. Aha! 2 for 2, fucko. Paladin's ashes, and I actually don't think you drop anything. So now we get to deal with this guy. Ooh, I got it. Parrying is so dumb in this. It's a lot harder to do it online just because latency issues can make you miss hitboxes. So it's really easy to parry offline in PvE, but when it comes to PvP, it's a lot harder to time. So I wouldn't try to rely on it. If you understand what your timing is, then go for it, but it can be rough. Whew. Block that. Block. Normally I just run in through this, but the dogs are awful and they can teleport, so I just kind of want to deal with all this. Yeah, that one just got himself stuck in a wall. Ooh, an arbalest. Get fucked. Fire is incredibly handy here, because there's some enemies that are really poise heavy, but they are incredibly weak to fire, or like it breaks their poise stupid easy. So having a... dogs are wild in this game. It's the only one where the dogs just freaking teleport all over the place. If you try running away from them, you'll see them just like pop in right in front of you. It's a wild ride.
Please, bear fire and...
Listen, Gil, I know you're here to do something important, but I don't have time for this. Grab the Estus shard. That'll put me at 10. That's really nice. Go up here into this side path. And that scores us the Astora Greatsword, which is a really good Ultra Greatsword if you ever try going for it. I think it's got just like really good elemental scaling, so you can infuse it with whatever element you want, and it scales really well with it. Damage is pretty good. A really interesting weapon art, considering what weapon it is. But the real man's prize is this weapon right here, the Executioner's Greatsword. It's a heavy strength, or a strength heavy weapon. It's blunt damage, which hits really hard on a lot of armor sets. So it's just a solid weapon all around. And it has a special effect. Every time you kill something, your blue bar gets a little bit of a refill. You regenerate some of your FP. All around one of my favorite weapons, especially considering it's an Executioner's Greatsword, and those things are kind of tight as shit. Oh, can't parry that move. Oh, you have poise. Maybe I should switch to the Greatsword. Oh, that was close. Okay. Can't outpoise the Grey Wardens. So these maggot monsters are the ones I'm talking about. They have a severe weakness to fire. So fire bombs and a fire-infused weapon is a stellar choice. another undead bone shard to get us to +3. Hey, I know that boy. Oh yeah, weren't you streaming earlier? How'd your stream go? Oh shit. God damn it, I missed the ladder. Confusing? Why is that? Yeah, I totally whiffed that ladder. Don't worry about it. Oh, come on. Now I just have to go the long way around, because I really wanted to open up that shortcut, but I guess not. Ooh. I've heard that that's been going around for a Twitch glitch. Heh. Hopefully it gets fixed soon, because I know that can be a little bit disarming if you aren't sure if anyone's actually there or not. Or you could do what I do and just have a conversation with yourself until someone shows up. Ooh. Ma'am, I need you to back up. Yeah, that's why it's like, it's really nice when people are actually just be like, hey, I'm gonna hop off, because it is nice. Yeah. The joys of talking to yourself is like, you kind of come off crazy, but at least you're doing something. I also get that. Like, I always focus on viewer count just so that I can get an idea of, like, if anyone's actually watching. Just so that I can maybe focus on what I'm talking to myself about. But I hear you squishing about. Fire weakness, big boy. Oh, that's really neat. I didn't know you could do that, having little avatars for your viewer count. Oh, my fire weapon actually does more damage. Alright. I need to back up so I'm not on the hill. Ow, I've been chomped. I didn't know that you could, sorry, yeah, I jump topics really fast. I didn't know that you could do something like that to have different ways of seeing who's in your chat. Will recommend having a capture card is really nice. I really need to set up so that people can see like what people are saying, so I just don't sound like I'm going nuts. I'll probably have to set that up in like a later stream or something. Lord knows this isn't the time to do it. Stream avatars on the stream let you have little Kirby's running around or something. Ooh, that's kind of cool. So you can kind of customize what it is. Yeah, that's something actually I didn't really know about for a while. Consoles having the ability to stream, or at least stuff like Xbox One and PS4 onwards. Because I just thought I needed a capture card for all of that, so I was just really confused. That's why I was lucky that for the most part the first two games I streamed I could go through my PC for, but when it came to Bloodborne I definitely needed the capture card. Thankfully I can now stream more than that. The only thing that I still want to figure out is if there's a way that I can stream to my DS, because there's a few DS games that, or 3DS games that I'd like to play through, but I don't know how well the emulator works. Yeah, the quality is nice. So far, I did find out that the sound app that my capture card uses can kind of fuck with sound through other stuff, because that was actually causing a sound glitch in Dark Souls. Ooh, Final Fantasy ones would be nice. Like, on the note of Final Fantasy, I do know that I want to stream those at some point, because I know I've been doing a bunch of Dark Souls recently, but that's just because it's one of my favorite series. I do want to, like, go into other games and just do all sorts of fun stuff. And I want to do something like Turn-Based Tuesdays, and I just play stuff like Final Fantasy, Chrono Trigger, Octopath, just a bunch of other RPG stuff. But I need to I need to figure out some stuff on my end before I can make a set schedule for anything like that. Nope, fall off. I get that. I've played my fair share of Final Fantasy games. I've beaten 1 through 7, done a little bit of 8, and then played a little bit of 9, and then I haven't gone much farther than that. And I'm glad you agree, because I've had a fair few turn-based games waiting. I think the worst part about, like, deciding to stream is I have an absolutely, like, massive library of games that I'm sitting on between emulation and, like, my Steam library and stuff, but I haven't been touching them because a lot of them I haven't ever played through before, and I want to, like, save that for, like, streamability. So cue me just, like, playing some weird-ass games every so often just because they're the only ones that I don't think I'll be going through for a bit. 5 through 11. I have played a little bit of... Oh, that's gonna hurt. Oh, I live. Oh, that one hit. Ouch. 5 through 15, like, 5 is honestly one of my favorites. The first 4, one is... Final Fantasy 1's one that I really enjoy. 2, I like a lot of things about. I'm not a fan of their heavy quotations level up system. 3 is fun, but it gets really rough towards the very end of the game. 4 is a little bit of a slog for me, mostly because I just have, like, a really bad memory of fighting the final boss of it. Don't mind me, Mr. Maggot Man. Just gonna boogaloo my way back to my souls. I do not. I don't have phasmophobia. I am actually a big old bitch when it comes to scary games, or at least anything like with creepy atmospheres. I like the creepy atmosphere itself, but I get scared way too easily. So it'll be very far and few between that I play anything like that. Two bitch boys playing a spooky game. I mean, it'd make great stream content at the very least. Fuck. I've heard good things about it. My roommates played Phasmo and, like, actually kind of liked it. Does it require VR or no, it doesn't because my roommates played it. So, okay, scratch that question. My brain was just like, oh wait, you need VR for it, but nope, that is a no-go, Captain. Dead by Daylight's another one. I've seen my other roommate at the time playing it a little bit. I've also got some really dumb memories of him doing some really dumb stuff in it. But I've heard it's a fun game. I don't know if that's something for me, because I'd probably psych myself out. Spooky games are really hard for me to get into. I've seen a little bit of Dead Space, and I can kind of agree, like, it's a really interesting game to play through. Again, I don't know if it's something that I could do myself. Honestly, I think the closest to... I mean, it's true. Like, the reactions are really what a lot of people are there for. Ooh, I need you to back up. Yeah, Dead Space is a really spooky game. I've seen my brother play through it, or at least a little bit of it. Man, that game gets you real good. The closest to like a spooky game that I can play is like the Dead Money DLC from Fallout New Vegas. Because that thing is like the perfect blend of like really creepy but not jump scary. I've seen gameplay of Five Nights, and 3 had a lot more of a horror aspect to it than the other ones did. I can tell because that's the only one to make me react from the jump scares. It was really bad because I was trying to watch gameplay of it with my brother, and I just kept fucking flinching, and I felt so bad about it. Heh. Yeah, I think I've only seen gameplay of Dead Space 1, so I don't know much on the other 2. Ooh, halberd. Not really gonna use it, but ow, 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 ow. Right, can't heal yet. Oh, one is the spookiest. Joyous. I get that. I've never been much of one who can handle any of the spooky stuff. That's why I like playing shit like Nintendo games. Those don't really get me all that often. I say is like I have a very vivid memory of being creeped out by Luigi's Mansion. Oh great, now there's 2 of them. I need a lot less of these guys. I mean, it's a good game to get into for a streaming audience. Because Smash is just, like, all around usually really liked. I know there's a good section of people that don't like it. I mean, it's not for everyone. I understand that. I have a good friend who's not very into it just because it's masquerading as a fighting game, but it's just a party game, but people take it way too seriously. Hence why I'll never play in tournaments. Ow. But for the most part, yeah, Mario Kart Online has some trouble. I should know. I've been there. The Sephiroth reveal is actually pretty neat. He's a really interesting character because I've played a little bit of him. He's pretty neat. I like him, but I don't know if he's a character that I can really get used to because I'm super Unga Bunga energy when it comes to Smash Bros. I know a lot of people want Sora. I've seen a bunch of like Geno, Sora, Isaac from Golden Sun, which is another game I want to stream. Trying to remember some of the other ones. I get that. Like, I know I'm not super casual, but I know I'm not like big-brained enough to play in competitive scene for Smash. At best, I can just like be happy that I can be on par with my friends when we play.
Ashen One.
Welcome home.
Oh wait,
Ashen
I
One.
might have enough to upgrade the Moonlight. I don't know if I have 4.
Ah, 'tis good to see ye in good health. What needs smithing?
Shit, can't upgrade anything. All right.
Prithee, be careful. I don't want.
Oh, I hate it, like, when you do really good and then you're just like, oh, I want to do, like, show people how good I'm doing, and then you just get your butt kicked. Or you just, like, do awful. I did something like that with a friend of mine. He used to, I don't know if he still does, he used to record games. Or, like, record gameplay of stuff. And I joined him for an episode, and we were doing really good on commentary. We just, like, it was popping, it was really fun, and then we started recording, and then just flat nothing came out, and we're just like, I get it, Gale, you want me to do the DLC, but I'm not doing that yet. I have, but I have no idea what I want to do for my overlays. So far, the only new thing I've been able to do, I have a friend in one of my personal Discords who recently put together the tip jar for me, and super big shout out. I don't know if he'll watch this or see the after recording, but he put it together for me. I was really happy with it, so it'll be a very slow process for me to put like an overlay together because I'm not great at art. I need you to back off, Mr. Giant. Yeah, like, my friends are like doing different stuff. Like, some of them are married. The age range in my group is surprisingly diverse. So some of them are married, some of them like have real jobs. Art-wise, I don't know what I'd want for like an overlay quite yet. The only other thing that I know I want to do is like set up. I'm jumping topics here because I answer questions as I see them. And the only other thing that I know that I'd want to do is put like a yield tavern sign for my YouTube connection image, just to be like yield YouTube or something, just for like a fun feel on that, because I'm probably gonna be all over the place when it comes to this. Oh, don't do that to me. At the moment, I can't really do, like, pay for commissions, so that's one of the things that's kind of stopping me from it. Also, fun side note for anyone playing Dark Souls, if you see a mimic, the treasure chest on these ones, you can tell it's a mimic by the direction the chain is facing. If it's facing towards you, it's a mimic, and you can use one of those Undead Hunter charms to open it up for free. But if it's facing the other way, it's a safe chest. Anyways, back to what we were talking about. If you can do it for free, I would really appreciate that. It'll probably be a little bit before I can get an idea to you, but if I figure something out, I will let you know. Thank you very much. Yeah, the Mimic mechanic was actually really nice. They changed it in Dark Souls 2, because Dark Souls 2 changed a lot. Well, yeah, I'll have to figure something out. I still have no idea what I want to do for, like, all the setup. I know, the yawn is kind of funny, like, they stretch a little bit, too. Mimics are interesting in these games. Oh, my stamina. Pain. Oh, I need to back up. That's gonna blow. Oh, he's healing, you cheeky bastard. One of my old armor set designs used the helmet and the gauntlets from these dudes, but they're rare drop, and it's a pain in the butt trying to get that from them. Okay, be ready for something a little gross. And my move is big enough to stagger it in one hit. Alright. I really like this sword, if you can't tell. The sheer diversity of this weapon is just fantastic. Okay, we're gonna pop an ember, because I do want to fight a dude that spawns if you're embered in this area. Yeah, the Moonlight Greatsword is a fantastic weapon if you build into intelligence. It's, like, really strong intelligence weapon. It scales really well. The fucking Moonlight Vortex weapon art hits really fucking hard, and it gives you a lot of poise, so you can use it to challenge some of the bigger weapons in the game. Ow. Oh, you... I always forget you hurt. But then you can do blade beams for a little bit of ranged combat, so if someone's trying to cheese you, you can hit them back with it. Get fucked, Kirk. So he drops barbed weapons. They just apply a lot of bleed, and when you kill him, his body will show up in a different spot and you can get his armor, and the armor is really neat. It makes it so when you roll, you deal damage to whatever you roll next to. Ow. This is an enemy that's really good for the Fair and Hail spell. Gotta stay on this side. Giants are very weak to magic damage, which is really nice. But doesn't mean there's still not a problem to deal with, especially if you're fighting them in fucking poo. His health bar is just way up on his body. There he goes. I think he drops large Titanite shards. Wow, that was a really well-timed dodge. I hate the fact that, like, context clues just tells you that this water is entirely just shit, and that makes me sad. Woo. Yeah, because, like, there's clear water in just, like, an earlier part where I fought Kirk, and then where the giants are, it's just nasty brown and kind of gross looking, and context clues just tells me that's just shit water. And here we go, rolling through it again, because it's the fastest way to travel. Well, okay, not quite the fastest way to travel, but it's the only way to travel that I want to do right now. I don't want to use up any of my FP at the moment, because I may need it. Yeah, it's not the cleanest. But you can roll in this water and it cleans you up, so you have a more crisp looking character. If they always hit you with the shield bash, most likely they'll follow up with an attack, and that's a super easy parry window. Shield bashes usually lead to death if you know how to parry. Crystal Sage can be rough. His main gimmick is you have to, after the second half of his health bar, he spawns multiples. You can tap the clones and they'll go down, but you have to look for the one that still has the purple glow effect on his spells, and that will tell you which one is the real one. Just look for the purple and you'll be good. Some heavy bottle. Okay, that was a little weeby, sorry. How dare you live? Deep ring, which I'm probably not going to use. If I can parry you. I did. It hurt, but I did it. And he lived. Damn, it feels good to be a gangster. And I know exactly the enemy that can make me, that can prove me wrong. Out of all the Cathedral Knight enemies, the ones that wield their greatsword, or the ultra greatsword, I hate fighting them because they are just a pain in the ass for me to read. Get fucked. Because yeah, it's really hard to backstab them because they have a move that I say as I proceed to backstab them. They have a move that swings around and it makes it a little bit hard to get a read on, or a beat on them. So they can be really rough to get if you don't get lucky. I don't know, maybe that's me. Maybe someone else can show up and just be like, oh, they're super easy, you just gotta do this. Yeah, Moonlight Greatsword is fantastic, especially if you do what I do and get it early, just because you can proceed to body anything that's not resistant to magic. Like so. Yep, knowing what to look for the Crystal Sage makes that fight like 100 times easier. Excuse me, Mr. Maggot Man. Maggot Men. Also, if you made friends with Egon, you can actually summon him for that fight, and he can tank a little bit. He's really dumb and he won't target the actual one, but he can help you get rid of the clones. All these guys are gross. Ow. Don't know why I sipped. I only took a little bit of damage. But that's alright. There's a bonfire over here. Pretty much oversized nematodes. Except they'll barf maggots on you, and it's really gross. So this is Rosaria, the leader of one of the invasion-themed covenants. You can also go through her to respec your build, so you can just reset if you don't like how your build's going. And you can also use her to recreate your character if you don't like how your character looks. there is a downside. If you haven't done Cirrus's quest line, doing any of that will make her aggressive, and you will quit her quest line early. So usually, if you don't like it, or if you want to do her quest line, make sure to save it, I guess, or save the respec. So now that we raised this, we can climb up over here. For the most part, like, it's got to be a process of like, oh, what weapon type do you want to use? And then it's either what weapon type do you want to use or what stat do you want to focus on, because then you can just kind of go from there. So like, spears are a polearm that have usually a bit more of a focus into dexterity, while halberds will have more of a focus on strength, but they're usually kind of similar. I mean, they do have different movesets, but the differences go a long way. Straight swords are usually equality builds, which just means equal parts strength, equal parts dex, usually leaning a little bit more towards dex for a lot of them. So it's just a case of like, do you want to use this kind of weapon? Do you want to focus on this kind of stat? Like, my go-to thing for this build is the Moonlight Greatsword, so it scales really hard with intelligence, so I need a lot of intelligence to make it a good weapon. And then for the Lothric sword that I have with fire, once I get to the point where I can make it a chaos weapon, it will start scaling with intelligence and faith, but I'm going to use it mostly for the intelligence scaling to get some better fire damage out. So it's always a case of, like, what works here, I guess. Oh, I should check if Sigvard is in his spot. So usually when it comes to like deciding on a build for these games, I actually look onto the wiki and see what weapon looks interesting or I've seen or heard about that I want to try. One of my favorite weapons for that sort of shindig is a weapon in Dark Souls 2 called the Santier Spear. It's a weapon that gains its strongest, like, it is at its strongest when it's broken. So you have to go ahead and break the weapon to make it the strongest form possible. And it's so weird. Yeah, it's a very fun weapon, because when you like first get it, it's got a big old rock attached to it, and so it has like a halberd. Yeah, wiki is really nice. It has like a halberd moveset, but as soon as you break it, it switches its moveset around to be like one part halberd, one part spear, one part of a new weapon type called Twin Blades, and man, it is a wild ride. It's also strong as shit. Okay, Sigvard isn't in his spot. So I'll go open up the other side and go from there. The other nice thing of the wiki is it tells you what you can do to obtain certain weapons, or you can also kind of use it to figure out what sort of armor set you want to use. Granted, in this game, the fashion souls go farther than the actual defense. Back to the pool water. With some literal shit bags. Oh, he's scooping duty at me. The other nice thing, there's a community called it's on Reddit. It's r/pumperrum, and the entire focus of it is trading equipment between players. So like, you'll just summon a dude into your game, he'll drop the equipment that you want, and then if you set up like a trade, you just give him what he asks for in return. And so it's a really easy way to get weapons early. It's also used for twinking, which is just a term for using late game equipment, or really strong equipment earlier in the game. So 2 sides to every coin, I guess. But I'd recommend r/Pumperum if you want like a really late game weapon, but want to use it like as early as possible. Yeah, I'm not a fan of twinking just because it breeds some weird shit and a lot of distaste in the community. Like, if you can do it naturally, I won't really complain too much. I guess I should say, considering that I get the Moonlight as early as possible. But, if you do it unnaturally, like you're using the highest physical defense armor in the very first area of the game with, say, like the Dark Hand, it's just aggravating to deal with. Bonk. Oh, we dropped something. Oh, the Great Shield. I was low-key hoping for the, like, an armor piece. Alright, here comes Big Lad. Despite everything else being resistant to magic, these guys are pretty weak to it, just because they're heavy armor. Ow, I dodged early. Fuck off, please. Okay, before I get to the boss, I need to do a character's chunk of story. So here's hoping he spawned. Nope, not quite. It's usually getting up here, so let's go back to the shrine. Maybe I need to activate his interaction here in the shrine, and I don't want to do that because that spends a lot of fucking souls. I don't want to spend the souls that I have just because I need to make sure I buy a certain amount of items. Eh. Man, I wish my fan wasn't loud as shit, because I really need some AC in this room. I get it, Gale. Ah, there he is.
Hello? Anyone there? Anyone at all? Oh, I know that voice. Just how long has it been? It's me, Siegfried of Katarina. I'm loath to admit it, but I've been had. Someone's swiped my armor. Did you happen to see it anywhere? Oh, yes. I see. Not to worry. Great planning begets great fortune. An old tenet of the Knights of Katarina. And I am a master planner, I do say. Ha ha ha.
Fucking Sigvard. So, a character has stolen his armor, and so, the character will show up in his armor. Oh, working on Dark Souls 3. So, still doing a Moonlight Knight build, but we're doing this one a little bit different than the last ones. Mostly because I do actually already have the weapon, just fire damage is great here. We're gonna be helping Sigvard out of the well. Oh boy, ladders. Everyone's favorite. sounds good. Hope to see you back soon. Oh, I missed. It feels nice playing a game that I'm actually used to. I can parry like a god. So let's see. Hopefully he's spawned here. Because if not, then things are about to get weird. No, he hasn't. Do I have to do it from fucking Firelink? I think I have to. Heck. No, I beat Bloodborne last. So this is, the first stream playthrough of Dark Souls 3. So it's just like one playthrough per, game, basically, for now. And then eventually I'll probably do, like, specialized playthroughs later, but we'll have to get a little bit farther along. Actually, what am I doing? I'll just go Shrine Bonfire. I have to do this weird-ass interaction just to get a chance to free our boy Sigvard.
Oh, how
So I need to buy the tower key, which costs 20k,
Ashen 1.
because that's fine. So yeah, the really nice thing is you can kind of choose your way to the boss that gives you the moonlight really early. So I did that in the first stream, and it was a fun time for sure. So the tower key opens this one. Get to run up here. Get to enjoy the fantastic camera angle. Then we get to run into this building. And once we get onto the elevator, we should hear a certain sound. There it is. There's the boy. I was really hoping I could spawn him in the cathedral, mostly just because I didn't want to spend the extra souls for the key yet. Enter Patches, the worst asshole in the series.
Be more careful. By the gods, curiosity is gonna kill you, kittens. Some places are better left alone, you know. Oh, sorry. Am I a tad too late? Have no fear. There's beauty in death. Besides, you're amongst your own. Plenty of company, right?
That's kind of interesting. I wonder what the sound is. I'll have to look into that, because I run into Osiris a lot for obvious reasons of getting this weapon, so I'm curious to see what that is. So when you're in here, Patches locks the door behind you, so your only way down is by a jumping puzzle of sorts. But there's also a set of equipment right down there. So we're going to strip down just for safety's sake. Be my glorious zombified self. Ooh, we made it. If you're not careful, that'll just ricochet you off and kill you. But that gives you the Firekeeper set, and then right here is an Estus ring, which makes you regain more health when you use Estus. And that's really good. Okay, got everything back equipped. Can hop out from here. This is where we fought Wakizashi Man. Or, well, didn't fight, we cheesed him. And then just in case. Yeah, I mean, if it's what I can think it is, then I would understand if there's a controversy to the Osiris noise. So after Patches gets foiled, either because you died or you got through, he ends up right here.
Oh, you're alive. Now, hold your horses. Let's have a nice talk about this. I'll come clean. I did you wrong. I didn't mean it, though. Not one bit. You get these urges, running the business and all, and I hate myself for it. I do. You know what I mean. Terrible, really. But I can see you'll forgive me. You're alive, after all. And that's what counts.
If you say no, he gives you an
For
item.
heaven's sake, no need to jest with a face like that. You're still alive, and I'm here grovelling in the dirt, so to speak. Oh, I know. Here, a token of my sincerity. Right and proper, huh? We're just a couple of outcasts. Let's make the best of it.
So also, if you keep him alive, he becomes a merchant and he sells some equipment. He sells Sigvard armor. He's the one who stole it. So you have to buy it off him. I don't know if he drops it if you kill him. So, sells black fire bombs, which is pretty nice. Yeah, fair enough. That sounds about right. It's probably during the transformation, because there's a lot of screaming on that.
Thanks, sweetie.
So now we can go and save our boy Sigvard. Doing Sigvard's quest is very important, because he'll actually come by and help you for a boss fight if you get him through everything. Sigvard.
Quite a pickle indeed. Maybe I can fashion a replacement from... I've got to use my head and think.
And we toss him his armor and he's good to go.
Oh, my armor. My deepest gratitude. I'll Sigvard of Katarina salute you. With my trusty suit of armor, I'll be out of here in a jiffy. Until we meet again, comrade. No need to worry about me. With my trusty suit of armor, I'll be out of here in a jiffy. Until we meet again, my good friend.
Such a good character. Okay, so the next boss that we'll be going to is semi-important for the builds that I'm going to be shooting for on this, just because of what I get from the boss soul. It's also a little bit rough, considering that I have a magic-focused build right now. The only saving grace on that is my longsword. It's the Deacons of the Deep fight, and it's a gank fight. There's just a bunch of enemies on the field. The only way to actually damage the boss for the first half is by hitting one that glows, because they're the one that has like the energy or something, and then second phase the actual boss comes out. So we can showcase that. You can actually get 3 summons, but without using the dried fingers you can only summon 2 of them. And it's Henri, Horus, and Cirrus. Come on. Ow. You fool. We got a shard. That's kind of nice. Okay, and we don't have to deal with that guy, so that'll be extra nice. Oh, I am remembered. You know what? Yeah, we'll bring Henri and Horace. They'll be a fun addition to this. At least help me clear out everything. I heard the summon sign sounds and I was like, hold on, I shouldn't be having this. Alright, there's the glowing one. He's our target first. Can get rid of some of the other ones just to help clear things up. It is nice. Out, out, out. I need you guys to bippity boppity back the fuck off. Ow. Once you clear the field a little bit, it gets a lot easier to deal with everything. Oh, okay, actual boss showed up. You can parry him, but it's a little bit rough to do, especially with everything going on. Ooh, I gotta be careful. We're trying to curse. Yeah, I can get that. A bit of a Nazgul theme for this one. Kills the host, and everyone dies. That small doll is what we're here for. I just killed the boss. That's what you missed. It's a bit of a rough one for my magic-themed build, but thanks to the fire sword, we got through. That and some help from Henri and Horace. It's a lot of murder. A whole lot of murder.
Aha, thou returned. So,
Then I can get the Deep Soul, which is a dark damage ranged attack. And dark can be handy. It'll just be some diversity to my toolkit.
Oh, and we meet again. We spoke before on the Road of Sacrifices. Henri, a restorer. I'm well pleased to see you safe. We reached the Cathedral of the Deep, but Aldrich's coffin was empty. The man-eater must have left for his true home. The little doll in the empty coffin told me. Aldrich is said to hail from Irithyll, in the Boreal Valley, an ancient fabled city, and so becomes our destination. Aldrich's honest home is Irithyll in the Boreal Valley.
That's fair enough. Hope you have a good night. Thanks for coming by to the stream.
A pilgrim told me that the city lies beyond Farron Keep, and so becomes our destination.
Don't think I have any more soul items, so we'll just pop that one level up. Ooh, right. I can give her the Firekeeper soul.
This is much like what lies within me, then let it find its own place within my bosom. She will understand. We are both Firekeepers after all. Forgive me, sister. May the flames guide thy way. Very well, then taken.
Yeah, we'll sit on 20 for now.
Farewell, Ashen One.
back to the Abyss Watcher's bonfire. Oh, I forgot to set that spell. Take me with you. At the very least, I can go back to using my moonlight. Oh, I just realized it is, we're at the 2-hour mark. You know, I'll keep playing. Why not? It's not that late. Started this a little bit later. I know, team effort. Let's get this bread. Even though I'm happy to have the Deep Soul spell, dark magic doesn't do a lot of damage to skeletons for, you know, kind of obvious reasons. Oh, that misses. Ow. Let's see how much damage this actually does. 32. Alright, that's not a lot. You know what? I'll take it. Bunch of crunchy boys. I saw that stance. That skeleton was trying to parry my ass. We both whiffed, but I'll take the win. It feels nice being able to use this weapon again. More damage. Let's see. I don't remember much of this area now. It's still been a hot second. Poke. Well, at least I can one-shot with a backstab. Or maybe not. Ow. Gotta get my sips in. Ooh, Titanite shards. That's good, that's good, that's good. Then I think down here is Henri. Good fuck. Skeleboys. Yep, there's Henri.
Oh, hello. How very fortunate. Have you seen my companion, Horace? To my shame, I was snared by a trap, and we've become separated. I've not been able to find him since. Yes, I see. Horace is a valiant knight. He can look after himself, no question. He's probably searching for me right now, with twice the resolve. If you happen upon him, please tell him that I remained in the catacombs, and I will lay prism stones to guide him, as always. Please send him word, I beg of you. May the flames guide your way.
So they become separated. Come on. Jump attack. There we go. Twinkling Titanite. I always would just want more scales, considering that's what I need for this fucking sword. I'm racking my brain as to just like, what is where right now? Look at this dude. These big old skeletons can be a pain in the butt. Oh, I saw that. And fake wall. Shouldn't be too comfortable. He will get back up. Like that, like a fucking champ. Carthus Rouge is a really interesting item. You can apply it to a weapon to give it bleed, which bleed is really dumb in this game, if you watch the first stream. So let's see. I think there's an undead bone shard up ahead. Need a fucking boogie. Yeah, I mean, if you're not used to how the game works, then no worries on that. But the game can be a little rough, especially if it's your first time through. Since I've played so much, it's usually a fight of like, what do I remember, and how much of that is correct. It's a little bit of a problem because for a while I was playing a thing called the Cinders mod, which basically recreates Dark Souls. It added a bunch of extra content and just like changed a lot of things on where everything's set up and all that. And because of that, my brain is stuck remembering between Cinders and base game Dark Souls 3. So I'm just like, and it just feels really weird. I'm tired of fucking pursuers in a jar. Oh, I got the parry. Don't worry. You can always tell when they're gonna get back up if they have a white light in their eyes. But when it changes back to red, that means you'll kill them for good. And like I said, if you ever wanted to try doing a multiplayer... well, okay, actually, I can't do that in this because I'm in the soft band server. I forgot. I'd have to probably like make a different Steam account just to do multiplayer with people. I get that. It's just really weird to remind myself of that. I'm always happy to do multiplayer. Really, really weird story. Me and two of my friends, who all of us are really big into Dark Souls, before we got into the Cinders mod, we all played, we did a like group playthrough of this, so like at any point in time we had to do multiplayer. And we made really horrendous looking characters, and our naming theme was shitted, farted, and cameded. And so fucking dumb. Is like multiplayer with this game just like accelerates the game's quality by like 100%. So long as like no one's super serious and really salty about the game. Like if you can go in with a good attitude, playing with your friends is just a fun time. We have a really fun memory of me trying to prepare for a jump and make sure I didn't die to fall damage. And one of us goes just like, oh, you're thinking too much, and just jumps down there and then proceeds to die to fall damage. And I'm just like, yep, sounds about right. See, I need to switch to my fire weapon while going down here, because these big old piles of goo are very weak to fire. Anything else and it just kind of like bounces off. Would always recommend a friend playthrough of these games, though. I think, like, you can do it for pretty much any game. Honestly, the hardest one to do it for is Dark Souls 2, just because of how their fucking multiplayer is set up. Fucking bone wheel skeletons. These goddamn assholes. Fucking deja vu coming in, rolling in from the streets. All this for a ring. A ring that I actually won't really use. Do need to be careful. I think in here there's an invasion. Or an NPC invasion. It's by a character who's just an absolute fucking Chad. Yeah, Sorig. And his giant fucking sword. If you ever want to feel anime, just use an ultra great sword. Oh, I fumbled that parry real hard. Oh, can't parry if you're two-handing. This fucking weapon is dumb. It's actually, like, big enough as a weapon that you can use it properly as a shield. I think it has, like, 80% physical damage reduction, which is really good. The nice thing is magic still goes through. Oh, I fumbled that parry real hard. A lot of the weapons that are like two-handed grade are really neat in this one, especially in the fucking DLC. The Ring City DLC has introduced like the most anime weapon of Dark Souls history. It's the Ringed Knight paired ultra great swords, and it's so in this game I don't know if I still have one. Oh, okay, I do. Certain weapons are considered paired weapons, so when you equip them, you have two of them on you, and just when you go to two-hand it, you have both weapons equipped. So like this, and you get a unique two-handed moveset when you do your left bumper. But it's just a pair of ultra great swords that have like a really anime fucking moveset, and they hit like a goddamn truck. I think they've been nerfed like 3 or 4 times in the span of their existence. But man, they still hurt. When I get to the point where I can grab that weapon, I'll showcase them, but they're weeby as hell. Honestly, I feel like there's a lot of weeby stuff that was added in that DLC, because the fucking Frayed Blade is also pretty anime. Get parried. And he's just gonna get back up, so we're gonna grab this real quick. And we'll fucking slap his ass. I'll whiff it though. If anything, my best recommendation is like if you want a really interesting or like a really good weapon type. Oh, that was a hard lag. I'd recommend greatswords. They can vary between like strength and dexterity. They get a lot of diversity. The fucking Drake Blood greatsword is also cool as shit. It comes naturally with magic and fire, or is it magic and fire damage? I think it's magic and fire. I don't exactly remember. It's a physical weapon that naturally has a little bit of elemental built into it, though it has no scaling for it. But if you infuse it with dark, it'll start gaining scaling for both magic and faith. So you'll start gaining scaling for the extra effects, and you'll have 3 different elemental types built into the weapon. So when you hit them with 3 different elements, and it hurts. Okay, gotta be careful, gotta run fast. Hi, Henri again. I don't got any new news for you.
Oh, hello. Have you seen Horace anywhere? Oh, I've searched high and low with no luck. Perhaps he's left the catacombs. Oh, Horace. Where have you run off to?
So, if you peek down there, I don't know if I have the binoculars. I do. Or, gotta use them. Well, that didn't do shit for me. Right down there. That's where Horace is. He fell down there, somehow survived, went hollow. So if you go try to interact with him, he actually tries to kill you. But before we go down there, we're going to go in this way to fight the boss. This boss is very gimmicky. Your best friend are really big weapons because there's a thing that I call weapon force. And so, like, upgrading a weapon will increase it, but it's just, like, how many hits before an enemy staggers. And I'm sure it's just, like, actually just hitting your, like, how much damage a thing can take before the poise breaks. But weapons with a really high weapon force are your best friend in this, because you have to hit certain spots to actually damage the boss. You can do other stuff to hurt him, but breaking the bracelets are the actual way to deal a lot of damage and kill him really fast. So we'll see how the weapon force for my Moonlight goes. Yeah, we get sucked into the dark, and then we just have big ol' skeleton hands right here. Hey, that's enough to break one. It does get like a little bit harder each time that you break one. Am I stuck inside your hand? Thank you for moving. And so, like, you have to just hit it a little bit more, I think, for each one. Maybe I'm looking into that wrong. Oh, you're climbing. Gotta stay out of that mist. It'll kill you real quick. There we go. He's super cheesy if you have a big damage weapon, really. If I remember correctly, Wolnir was an old warmongering king. He like went around, got a bunch of different crowns, crushed them up, and then made his own crown, and that's the one that he's wearing. He got sealed in the abyss, but he needed something to kind of like keep him going, and that's what the bracelets are. Or that's like his way of surviving in the abyss. And so if you break all the bracelets, the abyss takes him back. That's as far as I know. I don't know if I have the lore correct. If you're interested in Dark Souls lore, 100% would recommend a guy called VaatiVidya. He does a bunch of lore videos on the Dark Souls series, because it never tells you straight up. It's always just look into item descriptions and shit. So that'll lead us to Irithyll. So in the meantime, we're gonna rest. There's the soul. Oh, I forget, he gives a lot of souls. Yeah, let's spend those real quick. The really interesting thing is, with his boss soul, you can make a sword that I would say is kind of like the Faith equivalent of the Moonlight. It doesn't shoot blade beams though, and it's not as cool. But its weapon art is the Wrath of the Gods spell. You just put the sword in the ground and it casts Wrath of the Gods. But early on in this game's cycle, it actually didn't scale with faith, so it was a really trash weapon.
Gracious. Passing fine ash thou'st given. Let this ash bestow nourishment. I only hope these new wares content thee.
But since I'm an int build, I don't need to worry about that, so we get to sell it. And we can buy his crown. Once upon a time, such things were bequeathed judiciously to each of the rightful lords until Wolnir brought them to their knees and ground their crowns to dust. Then the crowns became one, and Wolnir the one High Lord. So that's a little bit of lore bits. So with Wrath of the Gods, basically you'd put the sword in the ground and it does an AoE explosion that deals damage. It's a little slower. Well, actually I don't know if it's slow compared to the actual spell casting, because the spell casting does take a little bit. So I might be wrong on that, but it keeps you in place. I don't know if it gives you poise, so it's not great, but it can still do a lot of damage, especially after you get a little bit more into faith, now that they gave it faith scaling.
Ashen one.
Welcome. Verdente.
Get 20 there. That would be a good spot to be.
I know you. Been some time. I just dropped in to see how she's getting on. Now, what are you playing at with this circus? This cesspool of doddering old folk and degenerates? Couldn't be better. She must fit in perfectly here.
You come off as not a nice guy, but I know your intentions, Igon. Or Egon. Okay, I don't know if I have enough stuff to upgrade a weapon at this point. So what we'll do is we'll head into the secret area, one of the first optional areas officially, like in a natural progression. Because what's really fun with this little spot, you have that side path that's up there. You can actually just bonk this, or bonk that, there we go. And the bridge comes down, and you can use it to fuck with people if you're invading here. And after it settles, you can actually climb down it like a ladder. There's a few areas where like invasion and cooperation aren't available, but for the most part the rule is if you're embered, you can engage in cooperation, but you can also be invaded. So it's kind of a mixed bag. Like if you're just embered and you don't have anyone to summon, if you get invaded it kind of sucks ass. But if you have some friends, invasions are a little bit easier. Being the invader kind of sucks because this game does focus a little bit more on helping the host more than anything else. Oh, I think he killed the Mimic. Yep, sure did. And he killed the Skelly. Oh, I know that move. I'm backing up. Oh, he turned. Out. Gotta get that sip. There we go. That's how you get the Soul of a Demon, which gives you some Fire Fists as a weapon if you transpose it, and it's really cool. Grab those. You can boogaloo right into here. And I should still be good. So, we'll have to go and deal with Horus, so then we can continue Henri's quest line. It's just a whole ass lake. I mean, it's not really a lake, it's not very full. Ow! Stupid. Giant ballista. On my end, it actually only says that there's one person watching. It might be that there's like multiple people viewing and just like taking a look, but it might not be like actually watching at this moment. Because I think maybe users in chat just means maybe it's just they're taking a look, but they aren't active. I don't know. I'm still getting used to a lot of how Twitch works. Get back. Okay. I think those were chunks. Grab that. And we gotta deal with Horus. Ow. Haha, parry. Cause yeah, on my my stream setup thing, it only says I've got one viewer, which I would obviously take as you. Bonk. I hate that ballista. Ow. I didn't think you could hit me. Why are you so rude? Dodge. Dodge. And dodge. Okay, now I need him to shoot over here because he can break this wall for me. And that gives me a pretty neat ring. Gives you an all-around bonus to your elemental defenses. Oh, the worm. Let's see. I know you can actually, like, sneak by the worm. Ow. Ow. And then my favorite bit is you can actually just sit right here, and the ballista will kill the worm because it'll take pot shots at it. It's so dumb. Like, normally you're supposed to break another part of the lake and then go down into this little side room and, like, explore the ruins, but nope, you can just do this. Actually, I think I can do it from over here as well. Waiting for it to kick the bucket. Oh, I think that was the last bit of health. Yep, there it goes. With that, that's an undead bone shard for a +5 Estus flask and a miracle that is actually pretty good. Now we can kind of go into the back end of the ruins. Alright, let's bring Night Slayer Sorg along. The guy who just tried killing me a little while ago. Get to fight these guys, I forgot about them. Ow. Fucking pyromancers. Nope, don't make that weird ass noise. Ooh, a chaos gem. Now, if only I had the fucking coal for that. Oh, that's not a lot of damage. That really makes me sad. I need something to increase my dark damage on that then. Either that or just need a stronger one. Come on, Sorg, you can do better than that. Man, these things are just weird. I think they're called demon clerics? That's a lot of damage. Yeah, these ones, they're fire elemental, so they resist fire, but they're weak to magic. Which means I just have the perfect setup to deal with the fucking slimes. It's pretty good. Oh, well, Sorg got fucked. But he didn't get poisoned. Good on you, Sorg. Another undead bone shard. That will put me at a +6. That's pretty good, especially with the Estus ring. Now, real quick, I need to run up in this room. We've got Great Axe McGee over here. Ooh, that was the last frame parry. Get him, Sorg. Okay. 69. Nice. Anyways, that's the only thing I needed from there. Or at least wanted. This place has its fair few secrets and some weird shit to deal with. There's a hidden wall right here. Ow. Rats! Oh shit! Oh rat! Good job, Sorg. And then right over here is a reference to Dark Souls 1 with one of the giant spiders and a Quaylana pyromancy. There's a lava lake down there with some items in it, but we don't deal with that. Bonk. Then we got Big Rat. At least having Sorg makes this a little bit easier. Then another illusory wall. It's a large titanite. And another illusory wall. careful. Again, don't want to be fucking cursed. It's not as bad as it is in Dark Souls 1, but it still sucks. I'm just waiting for Sorg to... Yep, there he goes. Getting cursed is an instant kill. Oh, I don't like this. You weird fucks. Well, it makes me sad Sorg got cursed, because we're gonna go and fight Sorg. And if he does survive, you can actually have his phantom kill his physical form, which is kind of hilarious. Oh, I wanted a backstab. Gotta be careful not to go into the lava. Having magic is really nice. Oh, you fool! You buffoon! You let me break your guard! Quite ironically, it was Sorg's armor setup that was a design idea for one of my characters. Alright, Mr. Black Knight, let's see what you got. A hard whiff. Parried. Bopped. And soon to be disrespected. Okay, I think I got everything. The bridge fights are always neat. They always make me panic because it's just like, oh, I can't roll because I don't want to roll off the edge, and then I proceed to roll off the edge. Like 7 times out of 10. That's how many times that's happened to me. So yeah, we've got 2 undead bone shards, so we're at a +6, or soon to be +6.
Ashen 1.
Ma'am, I need your help.
Then take.
Okay, so at this point I kind of want to bop my health up a little bit more because we're getting into dangerous territory now. Go to Andre, see if we have anything to upgrade. Oh, I can reinforce the Moonlight and my sword. Oh, and I even have the chunks for it. Nice. +7 fire sword and a +3 Moonlight. That feels pretty good.
Be careful.
Just gotta sell everything that I don't plan on using. Oh, actually, I might have wanted to keep that Arbalest. Okay, I think that's good. Okay, well, it is getting pretty up there in the night, so I think I'll be calling it here, because we're almost a 3-hour mark, which is pretty good. So, thank you very much for everyone that showed up. Like I always say, I appreciate it when people come by. I hope I got to enjoy your day. Wow, that came out weird. I hope I got to improve your day. There we go. Anyways, you guys have a good one. Hope you all stay safe in these turbulent times.